Hi team, happy Wednesday. It is the middle of the week, which is so awesome. Make sure that you have a pencil and a piece of paper, and then we can get started. Okie doke. This first question is pretty tricky, so that's why I put it first, because it will be really, really fun to get that one done with, because it's hard. Joel had $10 to spend at the corner store. He bought ice pops for $4.50 and M&Ms for 60 cents. How much money does he have left? So before you can solve this problem, you need to make sure that you only have one part. So I would suggest looking at your total, which I'll put a box around so you don't forget, and then looking at your parts. What can you do to these two parts to combine them into one to figure out how much money he has left? Remember, that's what he's spent already. And I need to figure out how much he has left if he started with $10. All right, take 2 minutes to go solve. One more minute to solve. Okay, let's jump in. So we know that $10 is what he had to spend. That means $10 is our total. And he bought ice pops for $4.50 and M&Ms for 60 cents. That is also very cheap. So if you ever see M&Ms for that cheap, you should probably buy them. So these are my two parts, but I know both of them. I need to find out my missing part. And before I can do that, I need to combine the two parts that I know. I'm going to move this back a little bit. All right, cool. So what I need to do is add $4.50 and 60 cents to figure out how much those two parts are together, to figure out how much he's already spent, so I know what he has left. Now, I just wrote with the algorithm 450 plus 60. The reason I put 450 is because $4.50 is really 450 cents. $4 is 400 cents. 450 plus 60, 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 6 is 11 because 5 plus 5 is 10. Can't fit 11 right there, so 1 goes to the hundreds. 4 plus 1 is 5. $5.10 is the part that I know. So I'm going to write 5.10 plus blank equals $10. Sorry, it's not really showing up super well. Equals $10. I'm going to add my dollar signs here so I don't forget. Now, there's a couple different ways that I can do this. Remember, this is the part that I know, and this is my missing part, and this right here is my total. So one thing that I can do is I can do the algorithm to figure this out. In order to do that, I need to actually use the number 1,000. $10 is 1,000 cents. That's pretty easy to see if I just erase that period right there. I know that $10 is 1,000 cents. That makes sense because $1 is 100 cents. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And then I'm going to subtract the part that I know to find my missing part. So 1,000 minus 510. 0 minus 0 is, of course, 0. 0 minus 1. I can't do that. Go next door and get 10 more. I can't do that. That's a 0. Go next door and get 1,000 more. That 1 becomes a 0. This 10 becomes a 9. And I bring it on back to the tens column. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. And then 0 minus nothing is 0. I get 490 cents. 490 cents is really just $4.90. So Joelle has $4.90 left. Now, one easier way to solve this might just be to think, okay, $5.10 is only 10 cents more than just $5. And I know $10 minus $5 would be $5, right? And instead of it just being $5, I know that I have to subtract an extra 10 cents because it was $5.10. So if I subtract 10 cents from $5 minus 10 cents, if I take away 1 dime, it would be $4.90. So I could have just solved that in my brain because it's only 10 cents. But if you had to do it with the algorithm, that's okay too. All right, this next question asks you what time it is. So go ahead and take a minute to read both of those clocks. Make sure you're looking carefully at the hour hand and the minute hand. All right, let's look at this clock first. Well, I see that the hour hand is pointing between the 12 and the 1. So I know it must be the 12's hour because it's after 12 o'clock and before 1. And let's see where the minute hand is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So because it's the 12's hour, it is 12:25. That also makes sense because the hour hand is pointing between the 12 and the 1, and 25 minutes after 12 is almost halfway. All right, this next one looks like the hour hand is right on the 1, but I'm not going to get tricked yet. First, I am going to check the minute hand. The minute hand is at, well, let's check. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. The minute is at 55, which means it's almost the next hour, but it's not there yet. So if it looks like this hour hand is pointed at the 1, the minute hand is at the 55, I know it must mean it's almost 1 o'clock. If it was 1:55, then the hour hand would be almost at the 2 because it's almost 2 o'clock. But I know that it must be 12:55 because it's only 5 minutes before 1 o'clock, and that's why it looks like my hour hand is pointing to the 1. All right, cool. This is a fun one. You need to write a word problem to match question mark plus 83 equals 105. Then solve. Take about a minute and a half to do this. All right, let's start, oops, dropped my pen, by labeling the parts in the whole. This is an addition problem, so I know that the total is going to be next to the equal sign. So my part plus my part equals my total. Now, I think that you all know how obsessed I am with the turkeys in my yard, so this has to be about turkeys for me. I saw some turkeys. Now, the reason why I'm starting with that part of the problem is because it's important that I follow the order that the information is presented in the number sentence. So I have to start with the part that I don't know. I saw some turkeys. That tells me I don't know how many turkeys I saw. Then I saw 83 more turkeys. Okay, that tells me that I am taking care of the addition part of the equation. I saw some turkeys, then I saw 83 more turkeys. All together, I saw 105 turkeys. Because 105 is my total. So that's how many I saw all together. The last question I have to ask is, how many turkeys did I see at first? Because I am solving for that missing part. Okay, now I have a word problem, although it's quite silly, that matches. And I need to come up with a way to solve it. So how can I turn this into a subtraction problem to have my total take away my part? Well, let me write my number sentence a little bit differently. 105, which is my total, minus the part I know, which is 83, equals blank. So I'm just going to go ahead and I could solve it with the algorithm or a number line. We'll start with the algorithm. 105 minus 83 equals, oops, not 103. 105 minus 83 equals what? 5 minus 3 is 2. 0 minus 8, can't do it. Go next door, I get 100 more. That 0, that 1 becomes a 0. And if I have no hundreds, I have 10 tens. 10 minus 8 is 2. So my answer is 22. Another option would be to do a number line. 105, or I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't want to do 105 minus 83 on the number line because I think that would take a really long time. Another strategy I could use though would be to start at 83 and see how much more I need to count up. Can you guys see that? How much more I need to count up to get to 105. 83, okay, let's do a plus 10 jump. Plus 10 is 93, plus another 10 is 103. And then to get to 105, and do plus 1 would be 104. And then plus 1 more would be 105. So then I have to add up 10, 20, 21, 22. I saw 22 turkeys first. That would be a very good day. On good days, I usually only see 4 or 5 turkeys, but this is my dream world, of course. Okay, guys, have an awesome rest of your Wednesday.